YouTube, it is I, Sekarma, coming with a total Brohammer here, an installment, a little 1v1 action. I myself am heading the Empire, the one-eyed Boris Todbringer, against I am not Jafar, as Arguelon of the Wood Elves. I believe we've played this guy before, in another matchup. I think he was one who didn't like me. He brought a lot of halberds, and I was, what was I? I was Bretonia, so he wasn't a fan of mine, so this was a chance for revenge. And Sekarma, being the goof that he is, forgot to bring magic. That's right. So this battle, I brought the Empire without magic, not deliberately. He read it up, and I was choosing, and then before I knew it, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to bring magic. Instead, I brought the hammer of, or a mortar. So instead of having the infinite possibilities of the winds of magic, I have a fucking barrel that you put up some powder in, and it blows up, and then a ball comes out, and it goes really high in the sky, and then sometimes it lands where you want it to, and it kills people. So yeah, I don't think that's the greatest trade-off. If you ask me, magic wielder or, barrel bomb, definitely I'd choose magic wielder. Barrel bomb, by the way, I think that's a bad thing they drop in Syria. No good. That's already trademarked. Assad beat me to it, that motherfucker. Anyways, another tragedy perpetrated by Assad. Oh dear God, I'm a bad person. Okay, anyways, here we go. So what do I have? I have Boris Todbringer, of course. I know John likes to bring in bare bones. I like to bring him with Crush the Weak, with 5 melee defense, leadership, melee attack. I mean, I think that's a good spell, or a good ability. It is quite expensive, but with that, and then you have this, -9 melee attack. So when they have, they're down -14 melee attack when fighting them when below 50% leadership. So solid move. Over here, I have some, pardon me, Zemler's Reichsguard. I have Outriders. I have this Demigryph Knights, what are they called? Altdorf Griphites, that's the one, right? Yeah, Altdorf Griphites. Royal Altdorf Griphites, pardon me. Some Spearmen, no chevrons this time. My Swordsmen, though, are chevroned, alongside the Sigmar's Sons. I have some Spearmen over here, 3 Crossbowmen, more Spears. So the idea is to go wide, I think. When you fight Wood Elves, you want to go as wide as you can. So I brought a lot of infantry. My Swordsmen will be pretty effective against most infantry that they have, whether it's War Dancers or Wildwood Rangers or Dryads. So these guys are just good, and they have shields, of course. So I mean, at 38.44, they cost about 700, so they're a little expensive, but not terrible. And I think they're a good little unit. They perform well against a variety of Wood Elf units. So I think they're not a bad pick here. Of course, Sigmar's Sons are unbreakable. They're solid. Crossbowmen are, good to counter snipe their archers, and at least give them other targets. And of course, you just want to put as many bodies as you can on the field, because if they have Way Watchers, they'll laser down your Royal Elves or Griphites, they'll laser down your Zemler's Reichsguard, and at that point you have to sort of rely on your infantry. So you have to be really worried about Way Watchers. Over here, my opponent brought Gladeguard Shaft. He wired Swift Shiver Shards. You almost never see these guys. Deepwood Scouts. I think because their range is so terrible at 135. Yeah, it's an amazing unit that you almost never see. So it's cool that my opponent brought them. Over here he's got the Glade Lord. I think, yeah, Pray for the Prima. So that's the Glade Lord, the regular one that you see often. Over here he's got a couple of Gladeguard with Starfire Shafts, more regular. Tree Man, some War Dancers, Azrai Spears, more War Dancers, 80 Nagash, and then some Dryads. So let's go into, oh, come on, Nagash, yeah, in my way, thank you. So he's shooting at my Boris. He pops off one of these arrows of Kurnos, and it just, does it kill a model? No, it does a little bit of damage, but not much. This guy took it on the chin. Look at him waddle away. He'll be fine. The chicken will be fine. He is shooting Boris. He is trying to do some damage. He does Pray Hath me here, and I was like, oh, that's no problem. I'll just heal it up. But I did not realize how quickly the damage can be done to him. Like, my God, just look at that. That devastation. I thought that it might be GG'd right away. And look at the balance bar. Actually, I think it goes a little bit in their favor because Boris is losing so much damage. Just, ugh, devastating. And then he finally does get free, and he's able to fly away, but having lost half his health, and I mean, that's the problem with regeneration, because I made such a poor play there. I should have to pay for it, but the consequences will be almost nothing because you can heal. But that's the way healing works in this game, oh well. So my opponent's coming down the hill here. I'm moving up. Or no, I'm not moving up. I'm firing with my mortars, which have done nothing. I mean, I really wish I had brought a magic user instead of a mortar. You know what? No, I'm very happy I brought this mortar. It was totally deliberate. So you can see, yeah, just look at that. Such great damage. Oh, actually, that was good damage. As I was being sarcastic, it just fucking pancaked a bunch of these guys. So yeah, the mortar, it's really inaccurate, but when it does land a good hit, it can be pretty devastating. So he's trying to get really wide around my line, which I'm fine with. I'm trying to get my swordsmen engaged as wide as I can, because I don't want them to fight my spearmen, because obviously they'll kill my spearmen. He doesn't get that charge, which is nice. He does send these guys in, sorry, firing at my Royal Elf Griffiths, but I send them in the front line to do some damage, to push through here, and then I'm going to push them through right into this, right into this juicy back line. They do have a lot of War Dancers here and some Wazrai Spears, but we are firing into them, and the shots they're wasting on my Cav, I can, you know, use these, I can use the time with my crossbowmen to sort of whittle down their archers, because they only have 3 units, and you can see we're doing a lot of damage here. We do push these guys through. There is an Azrai Spear right there, but they're going to start getting damaged by archers, and I am going to pull them right through. It's got a nice quick charge in. That's Settler's Right Guard, actually, I believe. Yeah, and they just roll right out. The Royal Elf Griffiths are just cycling back and forth. And I also move them over here to start getting into the treatment at some point. But over here, the Settlers are taking a lot of damage, actually, even just trying to escape from these Azrai Spears. So that was pretty good on my opponent's part. But yeah, I'm trying to keep you know, micro them away, keep them alive. We were able to get into their back line. He does get a prey on my Boris Todbringer, but unfortunately, he has nothing really followed up with. He has these Azrai Spears, but by the time they get to him, he'll already be free. So that was lucky on my part. These War Dancers are fighting these swordsmen. You can see they're not doing as damage as quick as you think, and they're actually taking a lot of damage in return. Pardon me. So yeah, it's actually not bad. And then of course, as they're held, they just get a nice little rear charge from these Zenith's Right Guard, and they just decimate the War Dancers. Just a fantastic unit. Zenith's Right Guard is, especially against unarmored units like the War Dancers. Over here, my backline's totally fine. I am starting to chase down his Glade Lord. Of course, he gets less speed the more he runs. I do have these Outriders over here. You may be wondering why I brought Outriders, not Pistoliers. And I brought it for the range. Yeah, they can't fire 360, but they do have 140 range. So enough to get us, like, I think the Pistoliers have like 90 or so, or 100 in comparison. So it's just better to get around and take some pot shots at anything I'm going to shoot. For instance, like, what are they called? Wildwood Riders. Over here, or Wild Riders, I think it's called. Over here, we are trying to get rid of the Glade Lord. He does lose micro for a second, just takes a huge hit from Boris, and now he's just going to be in such terrible shape. He's at, you know, very little melee attack. He's charging this blob. That's fine. I moved the Zenith's Right Guard through. I did tell him to follow up the charge, but of course he kind of does a wonky one and, you know, just charges these spearmen. That's fine. The bird is, you know, trying to get some damage on those swordsmen, but it's not gonna be that great. My backline again is totally healthy. Over here, the treatment is doing a lot of good damage, but it's not the best fight for him, and we are starting to break him with Sekarma Sons, at least his infantry. And then of course these rear charges from the Royal Elf Griffiths and my other cav are just gonna be so devastating. Over here we have killed the eagle. We stand victorious over him. He sends Supine, Prostate. Oh jeez, he's like corpse. He's disturbed by the breeze and his mouth is real open. That's so sad. Oh boy, poor eagle. But that's the way it is in Warhammer. And then over here, Boris with this giant, wonderful floppy hat of 1,000 feathers. Comes in and just decimates some of these War Dancers. Over here, you know, trying to reorganize. Sorry, the Wood Elves are trying to regroup here and push through. Oh, I didn't even notice he has one of these guys. He had a Waste Stalker, funky. You rarely see those guys either. A lot of off-meta picks here. But yeah, we're able to throw up the back line. We're able to get my firing line back online. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, because at this point his infantry is losing. The tree man is going down quickly to the Royal Elf Griffiths alongside the spears. Over here, the swordsmen are quite healthy and they're doing good damage. He just doesn't have anything to take down my Settler's Right Guard at this point, and of course Boris is going to heal up right to the top. And he's at the health that he was when I made that terrible play, just putting him right in the firing line with Praether Rima active. So again, and these guys are just, who knows what they're doing. You know, going for a walk. So yeah, even though I played poorly and didn't bring a magic, I didn't play too poorly. I made a very poor play, and I didn't bring any magic. I was able to pull this one out from the Jaws of Defeat from I Am Not Jafar. So yeah, so what went right, what went wrong? Obviously, no magic is always a bad idea. Anyone who tells you different is probably a fool, because magic can be so useful in so many different ways. So you definitely want to make sure you bring it. That's the first key to a game there. Second one, yeah, I think I Am Not Jafar's army was, I think it was well picked. Dryads are very good in this matchup, because unless you're expecting great swords, which why would anyone bring great swords against Wood Elves? So you're generally pretty safe. Dryads are going to do well against flagellants. They're going to do well against swordsmen. They're going to do well against spearmen. They have that armor, so they can, you know, take some of the damage from crossbowmen. They're just a very good unit against Empire for sure. War Dancers, you can make the argument that they're better, but they're so much more expensive. You can go so much more wider. Go so much wider with Dryads. So I don't know. I'd probably say Dryads are better than War Dancers in this match. You might want one War Dancer because of the speed, but Dryads are definitely pretty good. I don't know about Swift Silver Shards. I've never seen them do well in any game ever, but maybe one day. Pardon me. Feel free to message in the comments, say, Sekarma, you're a fucking idiot. You see what these guys are good at. You're stupid. You should get your head out of your ass, you asshole. You should get your head out of your ass, you asshole. Come on, guys. Jesus, such language. Anyways, and then you have the Treeman over here who did... I've never seen Treeman perform well. Other than Durthu, I've never seen a Treeman do well. I just think their stats are too low. Actually, let's go take a look at their stats real quick. We'll do a look at my army here real quick. Yeah, meh. Zenla's Right Guard, of course, the champions of the Empire, 91 kills. And actually, yeah, the World of Guards did alright too. And they also helped take down the Treemen. So, yeah, these guys all about, 30, 40, 50 kills. Not bad. Considering the army, not terrible. Not great, but not bad. And, of course, the Crossbowmen helped contribute. And Boris was huge in getting rid of their Lord. And, just being a general terror. Alright, so let's go see the Treeman stats. Because I never see them perform well. And they just, I don't know, they look so intimidating, but they're just so not. So let's see here. Arguelon, Treeman. Yeah, they have good stats. I don't know why. They have really high health. They have high, and they have that physical resist. I just don't understand why they're so bad. I've just never seen them do anything. I mean, you compare them to like a Shaggoth. Obviously, Shaggoth's much faster, but and has that bonus versus large. But a Shaggoth's stats, I'm quite sure, are worse in a lot of ways. I could be wrong. Yeah, so Shaggoth has weaker melee attack, better melee defense. Better melee defense? Isn't it like could be bigger? Much more health, less armor, no physical resist, worse leadership. Yeah, I don't know, just super fast. I mean, the speed is obviously huge, and the charge bonus, the cycle charging is what makes Shaggoth so good. But yeah, I don't know why. Their stats speak to a unit that should perform better than it does. I mean, I guess not a lot of armor piercing, but nah, what can you say? All right, guys. That'll be for me. Thank you to I'm Not Jafar, GG. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. A little Sekarma buffoonery for your daily Brohammer needs. And I'll see you guys around the bend.